Yo, what's going on, guys? TeeAms here. Welcome back to another Reddit video. Um, yeah, so I successfully threw something in the pond of Reddit, reeled all them in, and got the bait to stick. So I'm kind of boosting right now. Like it's not really what I did, but it kind of came across that way. So basically, one day ago, yesterday, I put a post on Reddit that said like drop your hot takes and unpopular opinions here, and that was a genuine video idea that I wanted. Now I will say I did do a shameless plug. I said like posted my YouTube channel. Why not sue me? But you know how Reddit is. Like there's some characters there, and as you can see, the bait worked. I got 41 comments. A lot of it is actually people who, in the spirit of the post, and actually dropped like hot takes and their unpopular opinions. And as you see, there's only one upvote because I'm pretty sure I got a lot of downvotes about it too. Like it was very controversial. But anyways, I don't care. Let's digress. Basically, this video we're gonna be going over some hot takes and unpopular opinions from the community, and I'm gonna give my thoughts on them. Guys, disclaimer, I think I should start putting these in the videos because I don't want to come across as like a professional or even like somebody that is claiming to give you guys tips on the game. My main focus of the YouTube channel is to be entertaining, one, and two, it's just a bonus if you learn something from me. Because another thing that people need to take in, if I start saying wrong things, it's a learning lesson for you too, because I'm like testing your knowledge. If I say something wrong, and it's wrong, that's proving that you learned something, right? Reverse. So anyways, that's the disclaimer. I'm no professional. I'm gonna give my opinions and I'm gonna try to be entertaining. So let's hop into the video. All right, guys, we're gonna start PG-13 here. Not too controversial, but so several attitude 203. He said, Blender builds are perfectly okay if you just want to have a chill tower experience and not dive too deep into the math and details of respecing, etc. It got 14 upvotes. I think it was actually the number one upvoted. Actually like this. I don't think it's like too of much of a hot take, but it is a hot take when it comes to those like the tower pure, like the guys who think they know everything. I think we've all seen these people online. If you say this in the wrong place, but my post is a safe space for people to say their unpopular opinions. But yeah, anyways, if you say this in the wrong place, you might get some flack about people saying, oh, you're not fully min-maxing the game and all this stuff. But it's actually a fact. What he said about like, if you just want to have a chill tower experience, like Blender build is super chill, man. It's AFK. You just kind of do your thing every day and upgrade your stuff, and that's it. And you go home, you don't worry about much, and you're ready for tournament. Like honestly, I thumbs it up. I thumbs up everybody, but I do agree with this. I'm not saying that that's the way I want to play the game, but if that is the way you want to play the game, great take. So thanks for that. So on my original post, I made a quick example. I didn't actually believe in it, but it did catch a fish, if you know what I mean. Anyway, so what I said, just to get the conversation started, I said, I think focusing on glass cannon from day one is better than going EHP, because if the end game build is like going to be glass cannon, then it makes sense to get a head start on those upgrades. Now, that is inherently false, and I did get this comment here from Dogs, and he was very nice about his about what he had. It's okay. It was actually funny how he said it. He's like, that's a lukewarm and bad take in my opinion. If you don't tend to AHP, you will massively fall behind. And he is right, because in order to get to the point where glass cannon is actually going to work for you, you need to build a strong economy first, and to build a strong economy, you need, or the easiest way to do that is by getting higher wave in the lower tiers, so you can gradually upgrade to higher tiers. And EHP is a no brainer. Like, you have not have to, but yeah, that like I said, it was a false take in my part, but yeah, and yeah, it's like what this guy said too. Like, he said, early EHP labs pay for themselves with faster upgrade, earning more stones. More stones equals in the long run more glass cannon like damage too, right? So anyways, just wanted to get that one out of there early on in the video. But yes, EHP is definitely the first strategy that you should focus on. So I forgot to mention it in the start of the video, but I will have a link to this Reddit post in the description if you are interested in reading everything more in depth. Obviously, I'm making a YouTube video, so I need to kind of move it along and be more entertaining, but it actually is a very interesting thread, I think. So if you are interested, link in the description. But I like this post here. And this stays kind of true to me. I haven't done testing on it, but basically what he's trying to say is when he was farming EHP, early stages of hybrid, like tiers 10 to 13. So this can even apply maybe, you know, like tier 7 to maybe 13. Before using SF, like Sharp Fortitude, he was saying that he was using Death Penalty actually as his cannon mod. And it actually was better for him in terms of coins per hour than any other cannon or even no cannon. He even mentions like it's always in the top 10 noob mistakes videos and all that advice. But from his own, I guess, like experience, he was saying that like he felt that him skimming on the enemies might, you know, lose per wave, you know, 10% coins. You know, if you have a legendary 10%. We'll actually be losing less because some of that will be basic, but I digress. Losing a small percentage of coins per wave, but in terms, it was saying it was bringing him actually higher wave and more survivability, which in terms gave him more coins per hour. And that is something that is very interesting that I don't think a lot of people think about. Because it is true what he said. It's always like a noob mistake, like using death penalty in farming. Yeah, no, I think if you have a death penalty, guys, even if it's epic, you know, leave it at level 1. Like, you know, do the normal farming things for cannon, but maybe try it out because you never know if you can get like another 500 to 1,000 wave on the tier that you're farming, that might actually equate to more coins than skimming off like the 8% enemies at a epic tier. So give it a thought. I think it's an interesting one. So hot take over here from MKM. He says crit coin is almost useless. I noticed barely any difference with it, possibly within margin of error. It's actually true. I've even been noticing it. Like crit coin, especially like when you're early on in the game, like farming tier 1 and you don't have like as much economy yet, I think it's very, very valuable, crit coin. But I do agree with him. I think it gets less and less valuable the longer you are in the game, like further progress. So I don't know if I would consider it like a hot take. I wonder if like the community agrees with that or not, to be honest. But I'm definitely on his side. I agree. Crit coin is almost useless, and I actually agree with that. But it's still extra coin at the end of the day. So like, if you have the card slot, you might as well. So Boysenberry Tasty 3084. This is the biggest hot take of the century. He says, "I hate this game. Why am I here, you ask? Because I am close to getting my first ancestral, or maybe I have the tower addiction." That's just funny. I mean, we all, I think, can relate to this in some way or not. Like, usually the things that you love in life, you also hate at some points. And you know why that happens? Because you have a passion for the game, right? You can't really hate something you don't give a shit about. So yeah, anyways, it's just funny, and it's kind of true, so it made me laugh. I'll say this, about 50% of the thread is about people, and it's actually good for the video. It's people on both sides. There's people that are, and it's everywhere within the tower community, but there's the people that are emphasizing that glass cannon is better than EHP, and then EHP people are trying to say that glass cannon is overrated. So before we get into that, I'm just going to go through all the ones that are not related to the glass cannon EHP stuff, and then we're going to end the video off with all the posts about that. So it says, this guy, it is okay to not completely max Goldbot before starting Let's restart. It is okay to not completely max Goldbot before starting Amplifybot. People act like it's a crime to trade off taking an easy ×3 damage, sacrificing like, 1.03 Goldbot coins was his example. I'm pretty sure most people will, say max Goldbot, but I think a lot of people in the community are probably okay with not really maxing out your duration, because for the most part, like, most of your golden bot coins are just coming from, when you pop like your sync. So, but it is let's look at some of the comments. So basically, there's a guy agreeing like you don't necessarily need to max it, but don't switch off of it too early. That is true. He said like 3% might be the last 3 ranks of golden bot duration, but if you switch out earlier, while you still have like bonus, you're going to be leaving like 40 to 50% coins. So I agree with that. I think you should definitely max out your range and your bonus for sure, and then try to do your cooldown wherever you need it. Duration, I think, is fair. So recovery package chance, card mastery. This guy is saying it should not be your first mastery. This is definitely a hot take, because if you watch any video online or search up like what card masteries are the best, people are always saying recovery package chance should be like your number 1. And if you don't know, that card mastery, it gives you extra shards. So late game especially, like, it's super valuable to be getting these shards as early as possible, because then like when you are getting to ancestral, then you have like a better economy for shards. But his argument against this is basically, he's saying that if you don't have like damage mastery and damage mastery cards and for glass cannon and maybe some EHP if you're running EHP, he's more saying the masteries for your account that are going to take your tournament placements higher is actually going to be more beneficial to you than the shards. And he's also saying like without shatter shards level 5 and like no lab upgrades into RPC, so like if you can't even sustain an economy to like upgrade your card mastery, he's saying that like this shouldn't be your number 1 card mastery. And I think I agree in that way. I'm not at that point in the game, so it's hard for me to say. But let's see what some of the commenters are saying that probably are in that part of the game, so they have experience. This guy is saying like every day my mods are at level 120, basically saying if he doesn't have RPC plus, his mods are going to be lower, like not at 161. He's trying to argue the other side of the coin and saying that his tournament placing is going to be lower. So I see that point too. And he's also saying that RPC got him very fast from 120 to 161. So it's give and take. Then, the original poster and this guy went a little bit back and forth in a very friendly way, actually. I enjoy their back and forth here. And they basically ended it on kind of like what I was saying, that I think it depends more on your account and you might not even be able to go wrong. I think there's definitely value for getting recovery package chance first, but I don't think it's like a huge mistake if you don't, and it might actually be better if you get like damage or something and get your tournaments higher. So we'll see when we'll cross that bridge when I get there, but interesting discussion nevertheless. So it is time for the ultimate debate on Reddit. Glass cannon versus EHP. So we'll start on the EHP defender side. So this guy said, pure glass cannon is not the top build anymore. Nowadays, overchargers often kill you in late game, so even for advanced glass cannon builds, some upgrades in health and defense are needed to push further. So I think he's more saying that a hybrid build is probably going to be the best build. I think a lot of people already are on that case, like especially like since overcharger and fleets and stuff. So yeah, not really a too controversial of a take there, but let's go to the other side. Let's go to the other side of the coin here. Stuffed Peaches, he said, a lot of people don't want to hear it, but EHP is holding you back in Legends. Whenever someone who is EHP says they're stagnating at rank 16 to 24 looking for build advice, they don't want to hear they need to go to Glass Cannon. So this guy, as a very fragile Glass Cannon player, he replied in the comment, he said he is afraid that there will be like a major pivot to EHP one day, and that he is a controversy, like he thinks it's an inside job from the developers, and he's saying that like it will be a stealth catch-up mechanic for, you know, all the champ players who aren't at like a Glass Cannon level Legends. And it seems like a lot of people actually were agreeing like that with that. Another guy said like, I feel like hybrid is the direction that the devs are taking the game, and I think I agree with that, and I think it's actually healthier. Hybrid is a good, I think, balance, because it's at least more fair for like both sides. Like if you are a Glass Cannon style of player and that's what you want to do, I think if hybrid is kind of the meta, then you're close to the meta, and then vice versa. If you're like way heavily focused into EHP and hybrid is the meta, then like it can maybe balance out to where like all three builds are more usable than just like only Glass Cannon, for example, or like only HP is viable. So I think hope that is true, that like the devs are taking the game towards a more hybrid approach, and I think it is more like clever that way, and it takes use of more game mechanics too. So I think that is like the way that they should go with it, for sure. And to finish off the video, just you know, we got the Glass Cannon approach, and then we also got the EHP approach. Now we got the hybrid approach. So this guy is basically saying it is possible to achieve endgame success as a hybrid player, and he's agreeing that damage is necessary, but it's also not a pigeonhole. And he also thinks that like hybrid setup is actually better in Legends. And he is saying that it is all to do with your build. Like you have to optimize your build at Legends League. So like, you know, if you have a trash hybrid build, then obviously you can't blame the game. It's your own build. But yeah, so this guy is kind of the voice of reason. He was basically saying there's no singular truth or light. A lot of different options to play this game, and that is the beauty of the game. And I would like to just end it on that. Like just play the game the way you want to, and just enjoy it. Like honestly, don't, you know, take it serious, or take it as serious as you want, but don't get too hyper focused on like doing this and this is all you have to do. Like if you like min-maxing, then min-max, but I don't think it is necessarily it doesn't have to be done, right? And just play the way you want to play. So anyways, guys, that is my video. I hope you guys enjoy it, and if you guys find it entertaining, I'll be here uploading, you know, weekly videos, trying to do like a couple videos a week. The holidays are coming up, not really sure, I might not have time. I'm gonna try to get a couple videos ready to go, but I won't be I'll be away from my setup for, you know, couple, like a week or two. So yeah, anyways, the support, like I say this every video, support's been insane. I appreciate all you guys, you know, that comment, like, subscribing. Yeah, anyways, it's been an absolute pleasure. If you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like or subscribe, leave a comment. Even feel free to drop any of your hot takes in the comment section below. And if you guys are still here right now, listen to me yapping the outro, I love you guys. So peace out. Have a good night.